Right, so in the second ever Super Bowl, the Oakland Raiders fell to the Green Bay Packers 33 to 14. And this Super Bowl was played after completion of the 1967 season and was played officially in 1968. It was the second ever Super Bowl, like I said, and it was the Packers' second ever Super Bowl. They won the first and second, of course. The Raiders were coming off a very good 13-1 campaign that year. They were coached by John Ross, and they were 13-1, and their only loss was to Joe Namath's New York Jets. So obviously they were hungry for a title. The Packers were sort of the team to beat. They were led by Bart Starr, of course, a very good quarterback at the time. He was the MVP. The Packers were actually favorited in this Super Bowl. I mean, rightfully so. They were coming off a title, and they were very good. But, I mean, people tend to forget the Raiders actually had a better record than the Green Bay Packers did. And so, during the regular season, but the Packers, obviously, very good team. And so you couldn't really count them out. So in the Super Bowl, the Raiders, they were obviously they had Daryl LaMonica at quarterback, who was incredible that year, and it's unfortunate he didn't win this game because he had a very good game if you look at it. But yeah, the Raiders lost this game basically because they got off to a bad start. The Raiders, started this game down basically 6-0 as the Packers sort of had the pace of it. It was sort of a slow game to begin. It was 6-0 basically midway through the second quarter. And then the Packers got a pretty incredible 62-yard touchdown for Boyd Doyler. And that was a very good play by them. 62 yards. It made it 13-0. The Raiders got on the board later on in the second quarter with a touchdown, and that got them back in it. And I think people sort of thought, okay, the Raiders maybe could come back here. But the Packers kept tacking on points. They got a touchdown later on, and then they got 2 field goals. So in that stretch, they led by a lot, and they got a pick six as well. And so that really, put them up big. After that pick six, they're up 33-7 in the fourth. The game's pretty much over. The Raiders did get a touchdown at the end of the game, and that was from Miller from LaMonica, and so that made it 33-14. The Raiders that year, like I said, very good team. Their offensive line was very good. They, obviously had that 3 kind of man running back system. They had Clem Daniels, Hubert Dixon, and Pete Vanizak. And obviously, I mentioned the O-line. They had Jim Otto and Gene Upshaw, who was a rookie at the time. And those guys were, very helpful in that. And I think the Raiders sort of going on to their first Super Bowl, which was obviously during the 1976 season, they sort of built off of what they already had. Obviously, they had their best receiver in this season, in the 1967 season, leading up to Super Bowl II, was Fred Biletnikoff, who obviously led the team with 40 receptions for 876 yards, an average of 21.3 yards per catch, which is incredible. They had a very good team. It's just the kind of thing that they really couldn't perform, and it's unfortunate that Daryl LaMonica never got to hoist a trophy with the Raiders, but, it was the type of thing that they were close, and they played a team, the Green Bay Packers, that were very good, but the Raiders did have a better record, and of course only lost to the Jets. The Super Bowl was at the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, and, it was sort of before the Super Bowl was all mainstream. It was cool. It was the second ever Super Bowl. To get there, the Raiders, kind of dominated through the playoffs. And so did the Packers. The Packers, they played the LA Rams, the Cowboys, and the Raiders got past the Houston Oilers to make it. And they defeated the Oilers in the AFL championship game. Obviously, this is AFL, NFL we're talking here, 40-7. So they got to the Super Bowl pretty easily through those playoffs. Obviously, the Packers, they beat the Rams pretty easily, but they had to go through the Cowboys, obviously 2 very dominant NFC teams there. As we know them now. And so it's very, very interesting how that worked. And the Raiders, this was their first Super Bowl loss. Luckily for them, they only have 2 Super Bowl losses in their history. So this little series here will be short. But yeah, the Raiders, obviously, very good team in this era, but could not get past Green Bay. But luckily for them, they won it in the next decade, not too far after this. So anyways, guys, the Raiders, Super Bowl II, lose 33-14 to the Green Bay Packers, and the Packers would hoist their second Super Bowl trophy in a row, and would start out the beginning of a Super Bowl era with, very dominant play with Bart Starr. And of course, they beat the Chiefs in Super Bowl I, so they beat the Raiders in Super Bowl II, two current AFC West teams, which is really interesting. And yeah, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on Super Bowl II. If you have any thoughts on that, I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go Raiders.